6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Through Black and White Eyes. We've got a very special guest tonight to discuss the big game. And it is a big game, massive game after the Champions League the other night. But before we introduce him and bring him in, let's just quickly do the house rules. Welcome to the preview of Saturday's game v Everton. Please like, share, subscribe, hype to promote the channel after the show's finished. It's all free. Join for 99p if you wish to. And the bottom right-hand corner, you can do super chats, which we then donate to charity. Please adhere to standard community guidelines. Keep comments respectful. And, of course, enjoy the show. Good evening, Gary. How are you doing? Leslie's there as well, as always. Apparently, Forest are resting players tonight, which, again, probably more worried about their Premier League form than they are of anything. But what a result that was against Liverpool, wasn't it? And I'm sure Hilton was very happy about that one as well. Anderson's a machine, isn't he? Afternoon, Kevin. How are we doing? Even everyone. Right. Let's bring the man in. How are we doing, Elton? It's been a while.
I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. I'm fine, Buzz.
Good lad. Good lad. Before we get into the football side of things, there's obviously a few little housekeeping things that I want to go through, Newcastle-wise and also between both clubs, to be fair. First of all, it's great to see the club standing up for fans. Obviously, last 2 nights ago, we put a brave performance against Marseille. We just weren't good enough on the night, but apparently the fans were mistreated after the game, squashed into the stadium. Tear gas was used, batons were used. There's always two sides to a story, though. But again, it sounds like the Newcastle fans were targeted by the French police inside the ground. And it's not a good look, is it, Elton, for football when things like that happen?
No, it's shades of the late 80s, isn't it, when that sort of thing happens. But I have to say, possibly I'm coming down on the side of your fans because the French police are somewhat notorious for being heavy-handed, shall we say. There
we go. I mean, the Italians as well. I always remember Paul Ince in the San Siro, England, and all the fans were getting battered, weren't there, in the stadium? So it's a shame things like this still happen, but it happens, unfortunately. But I'm glad the club is standing up for the fans. They're going to put a complaint in. They need all the fans who were at the game, who saw any trouble, to contact them, give them statements, and as much power as possible to do something about it.
Something else that affects both clubs, Baz, is that we're marking the 14th anniversary of the passing of Gary Speed on Saturday.
That was the next one we were going to
talk
about.
Okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure whether it got up to the northeast, the news got up. His memory is being commemorated at the Hill Dickinson Staduim.
It's going to get a nice chair, I believe. Is that right? Like a
they're describing it as a bench. But I've not seen it, so I don't really know precisely what form or what shape it will take. But a great player for both clubs and for Bolton Wanderers and Leeds United. He was a terrific player, and still to this day, no one knows why.
Yeah. It's the horrible thing of suicide, isn't it? Where you never get the right, you'll never know the answers unless they leave a note. And obviously he didn't, did he? And we've got no idea why he did it. And he was flourishing as a manager of Wales at the time as well, wasn't he? Which was one of
everything in his life was rosy.
Yeah.
On the face of it.
Yeah, exactly. On the face of it, you never know what anyone's going through underneath, do you? That's the problem. But
no.
I mean, I like to remember Gary Speed as a player. I mean, he was absolutely superb at Newcastle when we took him from yourselves. That must have been heartbreaking for you watching Gary Speed leave to go.
Well, he left under. I know precisely why he left, but I'm not at liberty to say.
Fair enough.
But it was a fallout with Howard Kendall.
Right.
Let's leave it at that. Okay.
Yeah. These things happen. I mean, he was very welcomed at St James's Park.
He would be.
And
look what he achieved with Bolton after that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, everyone said he was finished when he left Newcastle, and he proved them wrong.
Too right.
What was your fondest memory of Gary Speed as a player?
As a player, believe it or not, it would be for Leeds United.
Oh, right.
When they,
When they won the league.
Yeah, he had a midfield of him, Strachan and Batty, who Batty didn't take any prisoners, did he?
No, he didn't. He ended up playing for Newcastle as well, didn't he? That was
yeah.
But
so I was really pleased for Gary, that he achieved that. Sorry,
it's all
a bit emotional. It's very, very sad. He was the other thing is he was a lovely bloke. That's the other thing. I've been in his company many times, and you'd never ever have guessed that he was hiding certain mental issues. It never crossed my mind.
No, like I say, always came across as a lovely person on TV, didn't he? And also in person, for anyone who had lucky enough to meet him.
It's 14 years ago today.
Yeah.
But,
horrible. Yeah.
Move on, Baz.
Move on. Well, very, very quickly for me, the best goal I ever saw him score was against Bradford at St James's Park when he crashed it in off the bar. It was a beautiful left-footed volley, a bit of a trademark goal that he used to score. But he used to
so good in the air as well. So good in the air. I mean, that was the other thing. I mean, it was almost like when we were talking, we were eyeball to eyeball. I'm sure he must have been an inch or so taller than me. But it never ceases to amaze me that the elevation he got and the power behind the headers, terrific.
Absolutely. And the funniest thing is, I used to defend him a lot as a Newcastle player, because a lot of my mates used to think he was finished and that. And I said, you know what it is? When he leaves Newcastle, you will see the hole that he leaves in our midfield.
When he was managing Wales, he could have played for Wales.
Yeah.
He was that fit.
Yeah. Exactly. And this is what a lot of people don't realise. And it took 20 years for my mate to apologise to me for what he used to always ridicule me for letting Gary Speed. And I was just like, you don't know what you're going to be missing. You really don't. Right, next one. Wissa is almost back for Newcastle. Now, this is a massive, massive sort of boost in a way, because we've not seen our £55 million striker yet since he done his knee on international duty, but apparently he could be back for the time where Derby on the bench, which will be a welcome sight to all Newcastle fans, because the strength and depth is missing in that area at the moment. So that is some good news for us. But obviously we're here to discuss the big game. It's the first one at the Hill Dickinson Stadium for us. As a fan, Elton, obviously Goodison Park was there for God knows how many years. What's it been like moving to the new stadium?
I wouldn't say it's been seamless, because the travel arrangements for the fans aren't very good. You're thinking, 50-odd thousand, and there's one road to go down, and you can't drive down it. I think the closest you can get is about a mile to the ground, so that's difficult. So be warned, all you Geordie fans who are coming up for the game on Saturday. Plenty of time. Give yourself plenty of time. Don't be sort of in the pub somewhere in Liverpool, with 20 minutes to go to kickoff. You'll never make it.
Right. It's one way in, one way out.
Itself, the highest rate of, I don't know how you say this, but the decibel level is the Hill Dickinson is higher than anywhere else in the world.
Oh wow! So they got the I respect, the acoustics right. Is that the best way?
The acoustics are absolutely fantastic, and when the Evertonians make a noise, boy, can you hear it!
Good. So, are you happy with the move? Obviously, I mean, Goodison obviously will always have a lovely place in your heart. Yeah.
It had to happen. Oh, Goodison will always be my number one, because as we've discussed before in previous shows, I first started going to Goodison to watch Everton in 1962. So I've got so many, great memories of the place. Four titles.
4 titles, yeah. Couple of FA Cups.
Couple of FA Cups. And of course, the night to end all nights in 1985 when we beat Bayern Munich in the European Cup Winners' Cup semi-final. And then went on, that's all in the book, and then went on to beat Rapid Vienna in the final in Rotterdam. So Goodison holds some very, very special memories for me. And because of the state of Everton Football Club at the moment, I would think not in my lifetime will the likes be seen ever again. In the distant future, perhaps.
I like it. Yes, happy Thanksgiving to all our American viewers who watch the show. I hope you've stuffed yourself silly or in the process of doing so.
Donald Trump pardoned a turkey, didn't he? You see that?
Don't they do that every year? I'm sure they do. They do it every year. They pardon a turkey on Thanksgiving.
Do they?
Yes. And it's just a crazy tradition that they have over there where they do it.
Get me out of here.
I think I actually learned that on South Park. So that's where I get my American information from.
Oh, right. Okay. Brilliant. Oh, I just saw it on YouTube, funnily enough.
Did you? Right, yeah. It is something.
Donald Trump talking to a turkey. You'd have got more sense out of the turkey.
Probably. Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. Going back to Monday night, I watched you guys against Man United at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
An absolute fantastic performance. But what was going on in the first 10 minutes with that fight on the pitch? I mean, what's your take on it?
My take on it is really quite simple. The referee showed the red card far too quickly. The law states that if you raise your hand to a player, whether it's on your own team or opposing team, then it's a red card unless it's negligible. Now, that's the key word, negligible. Now, it wasn't a right hook. It wasn't an elbow. It was a tap on the cheek. Yeah. And Idrissa got sent off straight away. The referee should have called them over, had a word, said, look, calm down, lads. Yeah. Maybe even issued each of them a yellow and said, right, come on, let's get on with the game. It could have spoiled what turned out to be. I've already described it as probably the best win for Everton of 2025 and possibly for a few years prior to that as well. It was a Herculean performance by the 9 outfield players, absolutely magnificent. But if I was backed into a corner and forced to pick a man of the match, it would have been Jordan Pickford. He made 3 saves towards the end, which were absolutely super. One of them was a Banksy. Absolute top world class from Xerxes.
Was that the one-handed header? Yeah.
And if you look at it again, if anyone does want to look at it, he gets it by his very fingertips. It's a full-length dive. Wonderful save.
Yeah. The one thing I would say, I don't know if it was because the red card was shown, but Idrissa Gueye looked like he'd lost his head.
Yeah,
was that because of the red card, or was that before the red card? Did his eyes go? Did his mind go?
Do you remember what happened? Idrissa was taking the ball out to a harmless area of the pitch, and he passed it back, and Michael Keane just didn't respond. Whether there was a lack of communication, I don't know. Whether Keane said no or Idrissa said Michael, I've not a clue what happened there. But and Idrissa Gueye was obviously fuming that it made him look stupid. That he passed the ball to Bruno Fernandes, who might have scored.
Mm.
And that was the seed of it.
I'm just wondering, because the referee saw Idrissa lose his temper like he did.
Yeah, but
because he lost his mind. Is he getting sent off?
I've got no problem with that. And funny enough, David Moyes doesn't either.
No, I don't mind.
I like to see my players, fighting, if you like, because it shows they care.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, has the referee seen that and thought, well, he's raised his hand and he's also lost his head?
No, if you watch it back, he raised he raised the red card immediately before Idrissa lost it.
Lost his mind, right? Yeah, he's probably lost it because he's got the red, and then it's made it look even worse, hasn't it?
That's my reading of the situation too.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But the effort after that was absolutely phenomenal, and credit to Moyes. He made the substitutions at the right time, giving us fresh legs. Where we needed them, and bringing players off who literally have nothing more to give.
Yeah, absolutely. So the goal you scored was fantastic as well. I mean, Dewsbury Hall, since he signed from Chelsea, has been a revelation.
He had a little a little indifferent spell, shall we say. Right. But he was being asked to play as a number 10, and it wasn't working for him.
Yeah.
But once he got into this more of a number 6, if you like, a bit of a box to box, he is terrific in transition. He is marvelous, bringing the ball out from our own half into the opposition half, and his understanding with Grealish is absolutely top class. You'd think they've been playing together for years.
Yeah, he's been a revelation as well. We'll come on to Grealish a little bit later. Does Joe Linton need to go around the squad and give them a few right hooks to kickstart our season? Well, we've got our home form absolutely fine, but our away form,
wasn't a right hook; it was a tap.
Yeah, it was a tap. But I think a few of our players away from home need a bit of a right hook, to be fair, because our away form is absolutely shocking.
I actually find that the game coming up on Saturday to be absolutely fascinating from an Everton perspective. Can we actually be galvanised the way we were at Old Trafford against Newcastle, who are a good side? As you say, your away results haven't been good. But I still like the way you play, and I like some of the players you have too.
What did you make of our performance on Tuesday night, if you saw it?
Well, I didn't see it. So I can't really comment on that. Other than I saw you taking the lead through a player I particularly admire, Harvey Barnes. And then the next thing I saw, you were 2-1 down.
Oh, it was a mad 3 minutes. Straight from the kickoff in the second half. It was Nick Pope came charging out a goal and didn't get there and left an open net. I mean, it was still a great finish, but he shouldn't have done it. But it gives you a little bit of an advantage. Not much of an advantage. You obviously had an extra 24 hours rest. You've also not had to travel and play on an away game in France, and our players are struggling with this.
I think if you were to say, do Everton have the edge at the moment on paper going into the game, I would say yes, purely based on confidence. Where your chaps are probably thinking, "Oh God, we're away from home again, bloody hell," Whereas our chaps are thinking, "Crikey, if we can do that with 9 outfield players against Manchester United, what can we achieve here?"
Yeah, and one of those players is Jack Grealish, isn't he? I mean, he's been a revelation since he joined you guys. He's got the freedom. Moyes has said to him, "Go and play your football and enjoy yourself." Not trying to stick to, you've got to stick to this, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. It's just like, express yourself. And he's really doing that at the moment.
He's not being asked to track back, but he is doing. He wants to. He's really bought into the culture of Everton. He loves the fans. He loves the stadium. He clearly getting on like a house on fire with his teammates. And, I think he's still joint top of the assists in the Premier League, which he set in the first couple of games, and no one's actually surpassed him yet. He's got 4 assists and a goal. And the place, the new stadium at Hill Dickinson, you can feel the fans and what they're thinking and what they're anticipating when Grealish gets the ball. But he's not the only one in that respect. Do not underestimate Iliam Ndiaye.
Yeah, very good.
I waited before I gave my opinion on Ndiaye because Evertonians were going, we've got a new George Best here, I thought, well, this is possibly going a bit too far. I'll keep my powder dry before I comment. He is becoming an exceptional footballer.
Mm. Yeah, just got to
and we've got two, arguably three ball carriers now, which the Everton of like the previous 4 or 5 years never had one. We've got two now in Grealish and Ndiaye, and Dewsbury Hall is more than capable of carrying the ball from his own half into the opposition half before he then picks out either Grealish or Ndiaye.
Yeah.
So it's something for your fans to possibly watch out for.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe for Eddie Howe to sort of realise what's going on here.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, the tactics from ourselves when it comes to picking the 11. This is a great question. Did you have little parks where you could just show up and find a football match where you live? 100%, mate. Back when I was younger in the early 90s, we used to just go outside, put jumpers down for goalposts, go to a park. There used to be a football everywhere. Not as much these days for some strange reason. I don't know what it's like around Evertonian area, but that used to be. It's a football area.
In Liverpool, there's Newsham Park, there's Stanley Park, obviously the park which separates Goodison and Anfield, and the kids playing football in the parks was just commonplace. In the school holidays, they'd be there at kind of 9 o'clock in the morning. And in the summer, they wouldn't be going home until it was dark. Hey, and I'm one of the guilty party there.
Where I was as well. I used to love it. Jumpers for goalposts. Simple as that. Find a couple of trees that were almost in line with each other, and that would work as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you could play anywhere. It still happens now, but I think it's a lot less now because of everything.
Oh, it's far
technology and stuff like that. It's kind of ruined it a little bit. There's a couple of stats, and the win probability is it can't determine a winner, to be honest with you. 34 Everton %, draw 29%, Newcastle edging it slightly with 37%, but I personally put you guys as favourites, especially being at home. There's not much to separate us in the league at all either.
We'd be strong favourites, Baz, if we had a centre forward. Now, having said that, Tierna Barry, he played very well on Monday. He won more headed duels than any other player in the Premier League this season in that match. 14.
He had to as well, playing up by himself.
Playing up by himself. He was holding the ball up reasonably well. But he's not a goal threat the way your new guy, Walter Marder, has turned out to be. He's not as yet. He scored 14 for Villarreal last season, and he was called up into the French squad for the under-21 internationals. He's only a kid, He's only he's only a kid, so he's got time. But at the moment, the renowned Everton number 9 is not a goal threat, whether it be Barry or which I very much doubt on Saturday, or Beto. I really doubt if he'll go for Beto, especially the way that Barry played on Monday, unless of course he's picked up a knock that I don't know about.
See, I don't mind Beto in a way. I think he's again a bit of a bulldozer, isn't he? He likes to hold.
He's a headless chicken.
Yeah, you don't want one of them.
Someone once described him. He said, "It's like a riderless horse of the Grand National."
Brilliant. League positions, you're 11, 14, 3 points separate us.
That's nothing. I wouldn't even bother putting up the table at the moment.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. It's, for example, if you're looking at the bottom 3, or say the bottom part of the Premier League table, there is no way Nottingham Forest is going to get relegated. No way.
Yeah. I absolutely agree with you on that one. I mean, we're only, I think it was something like 5 points off 5th spot, and we're sitting in 14th.
Where are Sunderland now? Are they 5th or 6th, are they? Sorry, I'm not winding you. No, I'm not winding you up, because what I was going to say was that I think the table is so false at the moment that
Yes.
I think you'll find that some of them would have greater concerns about avoiding relegation than, say, qualifying for Europe.
Yeah. Well, they're 7th at the moment on 19 points.
Well, there you go. There's no way. There's no way on earth that they're going to finish anywhere near that.
No, and it just shows you how tight the table is, because what I say,
Yeah.
We're all the way down to 14th on 15 points, and then a couple of wins and a couple of losses to the teams around you, you could jump into 5th. That's how tight it is. It's crazy.
Yeah. I think Evertonians could be quite realistic in hoping for European football next season. Not the Champions League. I think that would definitely be beyond us, but maybe that Conference League.
Yeah, 7th, won't it? 7th place will probably get the conference. 6th will get you Europa, and the top 5 is definitely going to be Champions League again.
I think we should be aiming for 7th or 6th, aiming for it, because we're not going to get relegated. We're much too good for that. So unless you aim for something, he's already, squandered the League Cup by playing an understrength side at Wolves, which I still haven't forgiven him for. So you target the FA Cup or a place in Europe. That's it. There's otherwise it's the season's dead.
Yeah, I agree. Bit of a question from Edward, this one, and you would have seen an American, because Landon Donovan used to play for Everton. So did you watch many Americans play in person?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I saw Landon cracking.
Yeah, because Landon Donovan was there for a season, wasn't he? Or half a season.
Oh, gosh. The name of the guy. Well, of course, our goalkeeper. Tim Howard. In fact, a guest at Goodison Park when Tim Howard was at his prime at Everton was Sylvester Stallone. I interviewed him, and I said to him, I don't know whether you know this, Sly. I was told I could call him Sly. But our goalkeeper's American, and he said that you inspired him. And Stallone sort of went, what? I said, escape to victory, All right. Yeah. I think he got the gag eventually. Yeah. But Tim Howard, there's another guy played centre forward for us. And his name, he obviously wasn't a world beater because his name escapes me. But we had another American player up front. If anyone can help me, I'd be appreciative.
Dempsey? No, he played for Fulham, didn't he? Clint Dempsey. No. Yeah, he was Fulham, wasn't he? For most of his, I can't remember him. The
name will come to me before we say good night, and I'll just blurt it out in the middle of something else.
I love it. Netminder was a fan favourite. I don't know. Netminder, I don't know who that is. Fulham definitely for Clint Dempsey. The current run of form for both teams isn't exactly fantastic at the moment. Obviously, you had 2 losses, a draw and 2 wins. Obviously, on the back of 2 wins, beating Fulham and then beating Man United. We've gone win, loss, win, loss, win. So it just shows you there's no consistency whatsoever within our play. But we have just obviously
consistently inconsistent.
Yeah, exactly. Consistently inconsistent. We have just beaten Man City 2-1 at home, though, which was a fabulous result on Saturday. I thought we were excellent. So, we've got that sort of form to look at rather than the Champions League on Tuesday. And our form against you guys it used to be all right. I mean, we had a spell where we did all right, but the last 3 games, you beat us 1-0 last game of the season. Nearly cost us Champions League football. Thank God. I can't believe I'm saying this, but to Man United for beating Villa, because we wouldn't be in the Champions League. On my birthday, we drew 0-0 at St James's Park as well, 5th of October, 24. And then we drew with you 1-1 at St James's Park on the 2nd of April. So it's very low scoring games and 2 draws and a win to you guys. So there's not a lot in it, is there really?
Well, I think the statistic that is screaming at me is your away form. Now, is that going to continue, or are you going to find the remedy at the Hill Dickinson Saturday? It's that nobody knows the answer to that until the game starts.
No, and especially when we don't know what the team's going to be like either. I think we've got fresh injury worries.
Well, we don't know. We've Garner Gay, you know, Mike Tyson. Yeah. He can't play, so I think Irabunum will come in.
Blades had a shot at your football, McBride, but I think again he was Fulham, wasn't he?
No, we had a McBride. We had a McBride. It's not the one I was thinking of, but we have. Oh, right. We did have McBride, yeah. Brian McBride, isn't it?
Brian McBride, yes, that's right.
Yeah. Donovan was very good for us.
He was.
I haven't got his stats to hand, but
no, do I?
You know, he scored a few goals, and again, he really bought into the culture. You know, he still follows Everton from wherever he is stateside at the moment. He still follows Everton.
Yeah, I always remember him because he obviously David Beckham went over there and played with him, and everyone was saying, would he make it in the Premier League? Is he good enough to do it? Because obviously he just played in America for his whole career. Then he came to you guys and proved he was actually a better player than what everyone thought he was going to be. So I just remember that very well from when I was younger. This is what I mean by about the form. So after winning 5 consecutive Premier League games against Newcastle between 2015-18, Everton have since won just 4 of the last 14 games against us, drawn 4, lost 6. So, like I say, you went through a spell where you were very good against us, and then we've kind of like picked up a little bit.
I think these historical facts, it doesn't mean anything going into Saturday.
True.
The fact that a Newcastle team 2 years ago beat the Everton side of 2 years ago, I don't think that means a row of beans, to be honest with you. I think it purely depends. It will be game on if you can somehow sort out what you're doing away from home, and if Everton play with the confidence that they should have gained from winning at Man United on Monday.
Yeah, it's just amazing how many times lightning strikes twice. That's all in football. It's crazy. I know it shouldn't have any bearing on it, but it's just sometimes teams have this thing about going to certain places, don't they, and pulling out results that you don't expect, and then it happens again and again. You're thinking, yeah, it's weird. Dixie Dean, I've heard you mention his name a few times. Have you ever had a better player at Everton than Dixie Dean? Is the question?
How would I know?
I don't know. He's asking you the question.
Statistically, I can't. I can't.
He's an amateur sports historian. Have you had any better player at Everton than Dixie Dean? Is the question.
Well, statistically, no, because he scored 60 league goals. I think it was in 1929.
Right.
I mean, think about it. 60 league goals. I think he scored 64 or 65 the entire season because you got a couple in the cup, one of the cups. But that is just phenomenal. When you think the balls then were like medicine balls.
Yeah,
they used to absorb water and mud, you know, and this guy was apparently phenomenal in the air. You know, so once he was heading that type of ball and scoring regularly, and also he had a rocket of a shot. You know, he's in Everton's folklore, no question about that.
Yeah.
But there's nobody alive today who actually saw Dixie play.
Oh, there you go.
But I mean, his record
statistically very good.
It speaks for itself. 60 league goals. When everyone said, "Oh, Haaland's as good as Dean," because Haaland scored something like 53, wasn't it? No, 2 seasons ago. 50, I think it was 53 anyway. And we're comparing him with Dixie Dean. Absolutely rubbish. I mean, if Dixie Dean was playing, if this is so hypothetical, it's untrue, but if Dixie Dean was playing in the conditions that we have today, where there's no mud on the pitch, the balls are so much lighter. You know, how many would Dixie have got then? I mean,
it does make you think, doesn't it?
We'll never know. I write in my book that there are a number of players I would love if I had my own personal TARDIS to go back in time and see a certain number of players.
Yeah.
And one of them obviously was Dixie.
Yeah. There's some unbelievable stuff. And you can't compare yesterday to today. It's impossible, really. Injuries and suspensions, obviously, Idrissa Gueye, as we know. Seamus Coleman is apparently doubtful. Nathan Patterson, Merlin Royal, and Jared Braithwaite all look like they're missing out on Saturdays. Is that right, or is there any other inklings anywhere else?
There are. Well, Branthwaite and Patterson are long-term.
Right.
Seamus, for some reason, was given a start at Old Trafford and lasted less than 10 minutes. In fact, he went off before Idrissa Gueye did.
Yeah.
So no, we're fine. I think Tim Irabunam, a player I particularly admire. He's not a great favourite of the fan base, but I like him. I think he will come in and play alongside Jimmy Garner, unless Moyes, has a brain fart and decides to play Garner at right back instead of Coleman / O'Brien. That is possible. That means there's another vacancy in midfield, which is the reason I believe he will stick with Garner in midfield and O'Brien at right back.
That's what SofaScore has you down at. So Pickford in goal, O'Brien, like you mentioned, at right back, Tarkowski and Keane in the middle, Milenkonenko on the left, Garner. I can't pronounce that guy's name, to be honest. Irabunam, there we go. And Dye, Dewsbury Hall, and Grealish with Beto up front.
No, Barry. Unless Barry's got an injury, Barry will play up front.
Right, so that's the one change you would make from that. Is the formation right as well? 4-2-3-1. Is that what you statistically play?
Pretty much so. Yeah.
I mean,
Dewsbury Hall goes between. You could put him as a 4-3-3. You could do that, or you could leave him where he is, 4-2-3-1.
Again, up and down, any box to box sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I say, he's happy running with the ball. For ourselves, we've got Willisula out, Harrison Ashby out, Wisser out, obviously long term, and then Trippier, I have heard today he could be out for the next 2 weeks with a hamstring injury. And Gordon's apparently a little bit doubtful after Tuesday night. But I don't think that makes any difference to how we would line up, to be honest with you. I was hoping Dan was going to be here because we've got a bit of a selection headache in defence. I've still got Nick Pope in goal because I know he made a really massive howler on Tuesday. I don't think Eddie Howe drops him and plays Ramsdale. And I would like to see Ramsdale given a chance. Tino and Hall will definitely play. Hall was rested on Tuesday night. He only played 20 minutes, 25 minutes. So he'll come in and start. Tino will start, obviously. And then we've got a selection headache at centre-backs because all four of them have got a case to play. I don't care out of those four who actually play. I still think they'll be absolutely solid. I think Chow definitely plays. I think he's been a sensational signing for 30 million from AC Milan. But then you can pick Botman, Byrne, or Shaw to play alongside him. It wouldn't really matter to me. They would all fit in very, very well. Dan Burns had a great season at left centre-back. Wise got an England call-up. Botman's still trying to prove his fitness, I guess, with his knee.
I think he's your best centre-half, Dan Burn.
Yeah, I think Chow is now. I think he's overtook.
You watch him every week. I don't.
Yeah, honestly, Chow is superb. Botman at left centre-back, Byrne has been superb as well. Put him out at left-back, it becomes a problem. Put him at left centre-back, he's a different animal. But again, Chow and Shaw played against Man City on Saturday and was superb as well. So he's got a selection headache, and I don't know who he's going to start. The midfield three probably picks itself because J7 was rested on Tuesday. And I think if he's fully fit, he comes back in and you've got your Tonali, Bruno and J7 in there again. Voltemeda was rested on Tuesday night. He only played 20 minutes, so he comes in. Murphy played right wing back on Tuesday night and was terrible. But it's not his position. He's a right winger. He's a right forward. He has to be up there. And Barnes is undroppable on the left-hand side at the moment. So I think that's how we line up. Who are you worried about, and obviously you want to be imposing your game on us, but if we do impose ourselves on you at the Hill Dickinson Stadium, who do you think is going to be the player that
Well, Barnes is a player I particularly admire.
Yeah.
It's strange. When I do sit down to watch a Newcastle game, he always seems to play and score. So I'm taken with him quite a bit. I haven't seen enough of Voltemeda. You see, obviously, his goal highlights, and he looks particularly adept in front of goal. I'm not sure how he works as a link-up player. You tell me.
I mean, Voltemeda has been superb. I think he's a better 10 than he is a better 9.
Well, there you go.
I think when Wisser comes in, we change our formation a bit more like yours to a 4-2-3-1. And we play Voltemeda as a 10 and Wisser as a number 9. If
you've got a fully fit Visser, I think you've got a lot going for you, because I actually fancied Visser more than Mabueno, who is like the star at Old Trafford at the moment. Yeah. Monday night apart. They think the world of Mabueno. I actually, if I was given a choice between the two to join Everton, very hypothetical again, but I would have gone for Visser.
Yeah,
not knowing that he was going to be injured for months.
I know, it was just so. He hadn't been injured for 4 years, and then he does his knee in when he signs for Newcastle. It was crazy.
It struck me anyway, and I think quite a few people outside of your catchment area. But it struck me that you were sort of panic buying a little bit because of the awful Isak situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the player I was really surprised that you signed was Elanga. I just don't think he's good enough.
Yeah, a lot of people.
I don't know too much about Voltemeda, but his goals speak for themselves.
Yeah.
But Visser, I thought when you signed him, I thought, yeah, that's fine. And because you also wanted Etekike, what I mean?
Etekike, from Liverpool. Yeah, I mean,
and he has been of Liverpool signings. He's been the one that's worth the money.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing with Voltemeda is what he needs he needs runners off him. So he comes deep and gets the ball. He's got a lovely touch, and he likes to be involved in creating things. While
you're making him sound like Harry Kane here.
I wish he was a Harry Kane, because Harry Kane knows where the goal is as well.
Oh yes, but Kane loves to drop off. He loves to drop off.
Yeah, but
how he scores as many as he does.
I know
with his liking of sort of becoming an attacking midfield player as well. Yeah. I mean, look at the partnership he had with Son at Tottenham.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Where Kane had dropped right off, and play a ball in behind or in between the centre back and the full backs for Son to run onto and score. Yeah. They were just about the dream partnership, those two.
Yeah. The one thing for you guys to watch out for on our tactics is Murphy will hug the right touchline and he won't move from it. But Barnes will be more of a left inside forward. So he'll be tight to Voltemeda. So there'll be two ways we'll try and play. We'll use Murphy as an outlet on the right, and he'll try and swing the ball in.
Yeah, well, we've got a very good defensive left back in Mikolenko. Yeah. But as an attacking force, no, he's not the complete fullback. But he's no mug as a defender. That was the other thing that we were absolutely terrific at Old Trafford on Monday night, defending in the box. Bearing in mind we're one player short. Yeah. And so United did get in the box quite a few times. But our defending, Keane, Tarkowski, Mikolenko, and O'Brien, they were fantastic. I said it before, it was Herculean stuff. It really was.
Oh, it was. Absolutely.
I was proud of them. And it's not often I've been able to say that about an Everton team for the past 5 years.
I mean, I was actually proud of your performance as well. I enjoyed watching it, and it was nice watching, Man United fall again. But the tactics for us will be literally get the ball out to Murphy and swing it in. If we don't do that, you'll watch Voltemeda drop deep, and you'll watch Barnes and Bruno try and play through the middle. And they're very. I
think your midfield. Have you got? Is Tonali playing?
Yeah, Tonali should be playing.
Yeah. Yeah. I like your midfield three.
Yeah. I mean, Tonali's
yeah,
superb.
I like them.
He's
And
absolutely-
I like this. I'm tired of saying it. I'm probably jinxing Everton here, but I keep saying Harvey Barnes. You know, whenever I watch it, he seems to play well and score. You know, so he's the one I'm worried about.
Yeah, he's in fine form at the moment, and if you give him a sniff of goal, he's taken them, to be fair. So we'll just have to.
Yeah. Oh, he's a live wire. He's a live wire.
He is. Guys in the chat, get your score predictions in. There is one more little topic to discuss. I don't know if you're happy about this refereeing appointment, but Craig Parson.
I don't know too much about him.
Yeah, nor do I really. I know he's refereed a few games. Assistants, Lee Betts, Matt.
No idea.
Craig Taylor, VAR. Let's not even go there.
No. My fellow Evertonians, they could list every referee in the Premier League. Believe me. Oh yeah, and how they fared against Everton, whether they've been biased against Everton, or whatever, how many red cards they've given it, how many disallowed. You know, and then you've got who's on VAR. Oh, he's no good on VAR when we're playing. They're paranoid. I'm not one of them, so I don't bother about referees because I don't think they're corrupt.
No, I don't think they're corrupt. I just think that just standards dropped. I think
I'm not talking about the standards.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But when people say corrupt, it's actually the standards, really, isn't it? It's not the corruption. It's
but if the standards are dropped, that doesn't mean they've dropped against a particular team.
No. That's what I mean, just in general.
I'm saying the majority of Evertonians, and I'm not one of these, do think that certain referees have a thing against Everton. I don't believe that.
Every club says that about their own team, though, don't they? That we say it for some referees. Even Liverpool fans are saying referees against them, and I mean, come on, the amount of decisions and extra time they've been given after 90 minutes is crazy.
But they need help from somewhere at the moment.
They do. They've been absolutely.
They won't be getting help from me. I guarantee you that.
Incompetent versus corruption. It's a great topic, isn't it? I think the club expect him to go to Bayern was an amazing. Even watching it unfold, Voltemeda we're talking about there. Now the atmosphere is going to be very special because it is obviously.
Oh, it is.
There's many reasons why it's going to be. How Newcastle handle that is going to be very, very important. I think the first 15 minutes, I think you guys will be literally on us. And if you take an early lead, I think it's going to be very difficult for us to get back. I can't remember when we've overturned a result, to be honest with you, in a long time. I think the first goal is very, very crucial. Not so crucial for you guys because we like going 1-0 ahead and then losing 3-1. So...
in the past, as I say, it's not really been the case this season. But in the past, say 4.5 seasons, if we go a goal down, we didn't have any moral fibre in our group at all, and we would lose. If we were to go down, we would lose. Simple as that. It's not the case now.
Yeah, no. So it's going to be. I don't know if
they're full of self-belief.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be a ding-dong affair where it's going to be basketball, you have a goal, we have a goal, you have a goal, we like Tuesday night was. I think
that wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me.
I hope.
I mean, if you don't get hold of our two wide players, you're in trouble.
It's going to be interesting. What do you think the score is going to be? Come on, put your neck on the line.
Okay, I don't normally do this. I think you know that, but in this occasion, I will. I'll have a go at 3-1. Everton.
Yeah, I can see that happening. What have we got in the chat? We've got 1-3 to Newcastle. I don't think we keep a clean sheet, to be honest with you, Ed. I like your optimism, but I think my realism and 4-3 could happen, couldn't it? It could be.
I think so. That's why I normally stay clear of these things. But as it's just me and you tonight, I thought, well, I can't leave you on your own. So I will have a go. It's not a confident 3-1 Everton.
No, it could be 2-1, and then we're chasing the game, and you score in the 90th minute 3-1 sort of game, isn't it? It's
I mean, if we defend like we did at Old Trafford, then you'll do well to score.
Yeah.
But as I say, I hate these score prediction things because number one, I'm never right. And number two, so many things can happen, and until there might be a surprise omission from either one of the two teams through a late injury or illness. All of a sudden, what you expect to happen won't.
Yeah, and again, it could be an early sending off, and then you'd be thinking, "Oh God, I'm going." Well, that goes in your favour these days, though. Do you know what it is? After beating Man City, I think it's important for us to follow up, but I don't think it'll be following it with a win. I think we might get a point. And I think after beating City, a point's not actually a bad result for us away from home, especially with...
especially with your away record, I would think a point. Eddie Howe would be delighted with a point.
Yeah,
I mean, he'd love 3, obviously, that goes without saying. Yeah. But I think realistically, if you were to say, we'll give you a point before the game started, he'd take it.
Yeah, I definitely would. I'm going to go with a 2-2, Desmond.
Okay.
Desmond 2-2. I think it'll be a close game. But again, either team could nick it. And like you said, anything could happen. But I think a point would be a good result for Newcastle at this stage of the season. And this coming into December, because December we've got a run of games where we could really put our foot down and hopefully start climbing that league table. And I think ending the month unbeaten after beating City, drawing with you guys, getting 4 points out with those 2 games, which everyone would have said, we're going to get hammered off City, and then we'll probably lose to Everton as well. So we've actually got 3 more points than we were expecting. So I think a draw would be a great result, give us a bit of confidence going into a jam-packed December and hopefully flying up that league table and see what happens. Are you confident for the rest of the season? Obviously, you said, you think you should be targeting 6. Do you think that is realistically a great spot for you guys?
Right. Realistically, 7th, which hopefully will get us into the conference league. I don't know half the teams in there. I think if a well-established Premier League side gets into the conference, the European Conference League, they've got a hell of a chance of winning it, and that will be marvellous for Everton. We have got there's no way on God's earth that this team, this squad, is going to be flirting with relegation this season. Now that I can promise you, which we have been for the last 5 years.
Yeah, you have, yeah.
So, but there's no chance of that happening. So, with the shackles off, I don't see any reason why we can't make a formidable challenge to finish, I say, in the top 7. 7. If we manage to achieve more than that, I will be, number one, surprised, ahead of being absolutely delighted.
Absolutely. And like you said, these European competitions now, when you look at the Europa League and you look at the Europa Conference, how it's set up, our league is one of the strongest in the world, especially in Europe. Also,
just to add, I think Everton should have a real go at the FA Cup as well. None of this, we're going to rest, half a dozen players and play a substandard team.
Yeah.
No, just go for it. Treat it as if it was a vital Premier League game.
Yeah. So look at the draw a little bit, but if you can get you've got to go for it, haven't you? You've got to go for it. I think these days now, the way the big teams are trying to concentrate on Champions League and Premier League, I think you've got a good chance of getting far in the FA Cup. They only take a Jeevish on about the 5th round, don't they?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I can't. We just never get anywhere. The one he should have targeted was the League Cup, and he played. Yeah. He played a virtual, let's call him, going back into my time, back in the day, a reserve team, at Wolves, when we didn't play for another 6 days.
Yeah,
there was no point in resting anybody. They were going to get plenty of rest anyway. Yeah. He read that one wrong.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I am one of a number of Evertonians who haven't forgiven him for that.
Well, you will if you get into Europe and you finish in the top 7. I suppose it will be
that would be fantastic. Yeah.
I mean, the Carabao Cup, we're in the quarterfinals of it. We've got Fulham at home. And then the semi-final, we could have any one of Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea. It's going to be a tough one this year.
Well, of course it is, yeah.
Arsenal as well, I think, are still in it, aren't they? So, yeah, so not easy. Right, that's our hour. Elton, you've been absolutely superb. We will be doing a review show. It won't be myself because I'm at work, but Dan, Superfan Dan's going to be doing it. If you're more than welcome to come on Sunday night, regardless of the result. If you beat us, then beat us.
Oh, I'll do that. I'll definitely do it. Sunday night. Yeah,
Sunday night about 8:00. Same sort of time that we do it now, and we'll have a review show. I'm on night shift Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, so
right.
I need to get up and watch the game on Saturday rather than having that nervous build up to the game. I'm just going to be asleep.
Well, you give Dan my details, and I'll do that. 8:00 Sunday. Okay.
Yeah, I'll sort it out with him.
And if we win, I won't be gloating. Okay.
Of course you will. Of course you will.
No, I like Newcastle. One of my other teams, if you like, that I always keep an eye out.
You're still allowed to gloat. You're still allowed to gloat a little.
Oh, no.
We don't mind that.
I don't do that.
Well, thank you again for tonight. I really appreciate it. I hope everyone in the chat has enjoyed the discussion and what's going to happen. It's going to be a very, very tough game on Saturday. And let's see who comes out on top. And let's just hope it's Newcastle, one more sake. And we'll see you Sunday, Elton.
Well, now I am out of here.
Take